Men, we are called to pray, provide, and protect. To do that, we must know the Word of God. Matthew chapter 2. The wise men render homage to the Messiah. After Jesus had been born in Bethlehem of Judea, during the reign of King Herod, wise men traveled from the east and arrived in Jerusalem, inquiring where the newborn King of the Jews. We saw the rising of his star, and we have come to pay him homage. On hearing about their inquiry, King Herod was greatly troubled, as was true of the whole Jerusalem. Therefore he summoned all the chief priests and the scribes and questioned them about where the Christ was to be born. They replied, "In Bethlehem of Judea. For thus has the prophet written, and you, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, are by no means the least among the rulers of Judah. From you shall come a ruler who will shepherd my people Israel." Then Herod secretly summoned the wise men and ascertained from them the exact time of the star's appearance, after which he sent them on to Bethlehem, saying, "Go forth and search diligently for the child. When you have found him, bring me word, so that I can go and pay him homage." After receiving these instructions from the king, the wise men set out, and behold, the star that they had seen at its rising proceeded ahead of them until it stopped over the place where the child was. The sight of the star filled them with great joy, and when they entered the house, they beheld the child with Mary his mother. Falling onto their knees, they paid him homage. Then they opened their treasure chests and offered him gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And since they had been warned in a dream not to return to Herod, they departed for their own country by another route, the flight into Egypt. After the wise men had left, an angel of the Lord appeared to Joseph in a dream and instructed him to arise, take the child and his mother, and flee to Egypt, remaining there until I tell you. Herod seeks to kill the child. Therefore he got up and took the child and his mother and departed that night for Egypt, where they remained until the death of Herod. This was to fulfill what the Lord had spoken through the prophet, "Out of Egypt I call my son." The slaughter of the innocents at Bethlehem. When Herod realized that the wise men had deceived him, he flew into a rage and issued an order to kill all the boys in Bethlehem and the surrounding area who were 2 years old or less, in accordance with the information that he had obtained from the wise men. Thus were fulfilled the words that had been spoken through the prophet Jeremiah. A voice heard in Ramah, lamenting and sobbing bitterly, Rachel weeping for her children and refusing to be consoled because they were no more. The return to the land of Israel. After the death of Herod, an angel of the Lord appeared in a dream to Joseph in Egypt and said, "Arise, and take the child and his mother, and go to the land of Israel, for those who sought to kill the child are dead." He got up and took the child and his mother and returned to the land of Israel. But when Joseph learned that Archelaus had succeeded his father Herod in Judea, he was afraid to go there. After he had been warned in a dream concerning this, he withdrew to the region of Galilee. He settled in a town called Nazareth, so that what had been spoken through the prophets might be fulfilled. He shall be called a Nazarene.